What's going on, y'all? AFO back again, and I'm back with the Tennessee Vols content. I'm a little late on this actually, but I figured I'd get into it because I did watch the spring game. It was about a couple weeks back, and our offense did really well. Defense did. Our defense is going to be a big problem this year, I think. So recently, 2 days ago, this is from allfortennessee.com, and this is probably you've probably seen the reports and everything about it, but we filled a major need by adding linebacker Juwan Mitchell from Texas. We really needed him with reports of Henry To'oTo'o. He's going to possibly go to Ohio State. I've been seeing that lately. And then Quavarius Crouch, he went to Michigan State, I believe it was. And this article may bring that up, so I was just going to go through the article. Let's see. Ooh, excuse me. So Juwan Mitchell, he was the leading tackler for the Texas Longhorns last year. Announced that he committed to Tennessee. He was at the orange and white game. I remember hearing about that. So I had to join with a video on Twitter. That was a pretty epic video. So we lost 3 linebackers, yes, to the transfer portal. I forgot about J.J. Peterson. He was I think he was close to a 5-star player, and he just never really panned out for us in the end. So you had him and Quavarius Crouch and Henry To'oTo'o. They enter the transfer portal. And then I remember one of them got suspended. Yeah, I couldn't remember which one. After losing those guys, they had to suspend freshman early enrollee Aaron Willis and redshirt freshman Martavius French due to an on-campus incident before spring ball began. And that involved Caden Salter, too. I remember that. And then French has entered the transfer portal, too. So, it's something that, after you fire a head coach and you did really poorly, you're changing systems and everything, you're going to have a lot of guys enter the transfer portal. And so this ain't really a big surprise, so we did need some help at linebacker. So Salon Page, he was involved pretty well in the, from what I saw in the spring game, he played pretty well. And so it goes on to say that left really only Salon Page. The third is the guy who could truly play inside linebacker. And finding a transfer at that position became key for Hupel. He found the right guy in Mitchell, who's proven himself on the past 2 years in Austin. Man, Skaterade right here is really getting to me. But so he's accrued over 101 tackles in 21 games. That's not too bad. Over the past 2 years, 59 of which were solo. That means he's making plays, by himself, obviously. Making the tackles by himself. He also has 3 sacks, 8 tackles for loss, 5 pass deflections, and a fumble recovery. And in 2020, he had 62 tackles, 30 of which were solo, to go along with 4.5 sacks, pass deflection, and a fumble recovery. Let's see. What am I missing? Played in all 10 games and had 8 starts. Simply put, he's a proven producer, and he's a huge addition. Well, he's a huge addition just based on the fact, yes, we had lost all those guys, and he brings experience. He's got experience in, big-time college play, and we'll definitely need that being in the SEC. And he's coming over from the Big 12. They're more known for spreading the ball out and everything. So he's a sure tackler, in space, and he can, will he be able to fight inside when against some of the power teams in the SEC? He's proven that he can tackle solo and he can get there himself, and he's just the leader. He's going to be the leader for our defense. With his commitment, Tennessee football's now 5 transfers in the year. He follows USC Trojans D lineman Caleb Tremblay. That was actually a while back. Yeah, late last week. So, yeah, that was a while back. So I saw that too. And then Chase McGrath, also from USC. And then Hendon Hooker. And then Joe Milton of the Michigan Wolverines. So, Hendon Hooker, he played pretty well in the spring game. But arguably he was the third, kind of the third best out of the quarterbacks, in my opinion, behind Maurer and Bailey. Bailey did the best out of all of them. There's no doubt about that. And, he was getting knocked on, could he play in the dual threat, a system that fits the dual threat QB better, given that they think, Bailey's not really a dual threat. And, he did pretty well. He did well. And then Joe Milton was interesting as well, because that gives us 4 quarterbacks. And Joe Milton he started for Michigan, was supposed to be their, I guess you could say their future, just their starter for the next few years. And I guess he just didn't pan out well, and he came to us, interestingly enough, so that's crazy to me. and so maybe he could fight for the spot as well if Bailey or Maurer don't run away with it. And I don't think either one of them will. And if someone does, it'll probably be Bailey. So it's just interesting to think about. But yeah, it's a great, solid pickup for us. And then we also had, what really inspired me? It was today. Wait, 11 seconds ago. Goodness gracious. But anyways, it inspired me today was the JaVonta Payton. He played at Hillsborough High School, and I played against him in high school. It was in the playoffs in 2016 season. That was my senior year, and I think he was a sophomore then, and I guarantee you he was playing. He was fast as crap. So he's from Nashville. He's a local, and so this article goes on to say he's at a key position for Tennessee football, has lots of talent, but is wide open for anybody to rise to the top. Because we did lose Josh Palmer, and then I think Brandon Johnson transferred to, was it UCF or South Florida, one of the two, I can't remember. But yeah, he committed to Hillsborough High School, initially committed to Ole Miss out of high school, Hillsborough High School in Nashville, then went to the Mississippi State Community College, and then the last 2 years with Mississippi State, he caught 28 passes for 372 yards and a touchdown, returned 10 kickoffs for 203 yards, it's not too bad. And then last year alone, he caught 19 balls for 225 yards and a touchdown, 6 returns for 121 yards. So not too bad. Because we only return Velus Jones and Jalen Hyatt and Callaway, Jimmy Callaway, I think his name is. And then because he didn't really play too much, and even Ramel Keaton, he played in a little bit, and who else was it? What was that? What's number 4's name? I can't remember his name. Dadgummit, slipping the top of my mind. But y'all know Cedric. It's Cedric something. Can't remember. But anyways, it says Josh Palmer gone and Brandon Johnson having transferred to the UCF Knights. The Vols could certainly use a bit more proven depth at receiver. Of everyone coming back, only Velus Jones Jr. and Jalen Hyatt had more receiving yards than Payton had last year. Even in Heupel's new up-tempo system, Payton will be in as a pass-heavy of an offense as with Mike Leach. However, it could be balanced the way that it was when he played for Joe Moorhead in 2019. So he could have some familiarity, and maybe it'll help him a bit more that it's not full-on up-tempo and just pass and everything like that, as in, with Mike Leach. Cedric Tillman, I knew it was something like that. But although the unit's wide open for your go-to guy, there's plenty of talent. You had Hyatt and Jones, like I said, Ramel Keaton. Malachi Wideman, he's been kind of quiet the last year, and even during the spring, but he could certainly break out. Tillman, I think, he's a pretty good, and he could end up being maybe our number 2 or number 3, because I really like Tillman. He's a great outside receiver, either an X or a Z receiver. I really like that. And the Jimmy Callaway and then Jimmy Holiday are all among the returning talent that could rise to the top. And then early enrollees, Walker Merrill, he played at Brentwood. It's close near me. Coming from Rutherford County, he's close near me. And Anderson Kobe, along with signee Julian Nixon, could all also help with that. And then, as it goes on to say that he was our 6th transfer pickup, as we just read. So another, a depth piece, a depth pickup, and we're really picking up some transfers, and it's really well needed, being that we're in this transition. We could get hit with penalties, and of course we're going to have all these guys enter the transfer portal and want to be out of here. And our recruiting class took a hit too once Pruitt was fired. So all these transfers coming in, whether that be Hooker, Milton, McGrath at kicker is going to be big. Caleb Tremblay is going to be pretty big. Just any help on defense is going to be big for us. And even on offense in a new system, you're going to need as much as you can to help out, either whether it be Harrison Bailey or Brian Maurer, or Hendon Hooker or Joe Milton. Whoever comes in takes the job. What if we, I truly, in my opinion, I really want Harrison Bailey to start. I really think he's that good, and he's got the most arm talent out of all of them. But it depends on who fits the system, like they were worried about in the spring game, like if they're more of a dual threat and whatnot. We'll see what happens, but yeah, I just wanted to come back on and get some Tennessee football talk, some Tennessee Vols football. I've been making some Titans content lately because of the draft and everything, and then school's coming closer to an end, so I'll have more time to talk about and consistently upload. some Titans content, some Vols content, and then even some gaming content. Because I just really enjoy. I just do this for fun. I think it's awesome to just spread my, what I think in my opinion, even if it's not the most expert opinion or whatever. But yeah, thank y'all for watching. Comment, rate, subscribe. What do y'all think? What other content do you want me to make? I truly enjoy talking about all this, and I just can't wait for football season to come back. And it's going to be an interesting new path of my life, not having to worry about school and just working, just pretty much working, and I'm moving on to another chapter. And I think this football season is going to really help ease that transition. But yeah, once again, thank y'all for watching. AFO is out. God bless.